Hello, everybody. Another wonderful opportunity today for you to get to meet an extraordinary person doing amazing things. That just seems to be the energy of Empowered Soul Network. We just have an amazing excellence of people expressing themselves and helping us learn and grow. So, one of those folks is Lansing Bryan. She is a Rouhani practitioner and healer. She's going to tell us all about that. Welcome, Lansing. It's great to have you here.
It's so great to be here. Thank you for inviting me, Paul. And
Yeah.
yeah, I wanted to share more about how I became involved in energy healing. And so that takes me back to 2018. And that was the first time I was diagnosed with cancer. I had colorectal cancer, and it was a real shock for me to find out that someone like me who was really, really healthy could get a diagnosis like this. And I have to say, both my parents died of cancer in their early 70s, so it was really my worst fear was to get cancer. So I did everything I could to stay really healthy, um, and just ate plant-based diet. Everything was organic, even my mattress and my pillow and all my lotions, everything. I exercised, I had a spiritual foundation. So when I was told that I had cancer, I went into real shock. I couldn't believe it. And then I went into fear, so much fear. And I felt like my body was pretty much um, giving up on me and betraying me. I felt betrayed by my body, and I didn't really know what to do. And so I turned to like medical medium, and I did his regimen very strictly. Um, and I prayed a lot. At the time, I was a Buddhist, so I was chanting lots of Daimoku, Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. I was chanting, chanting, chanting. And luckily it was only a stage 1, so they were able to operate and remove that lesion. But what I went through that whole time while I'm waiting to find out the prognosis was really quite frightening. Um, I I'm married, I have 2 children, and I was thinking I've got to get my affairs in order. Um, you know, my youngest is still in high school. It's like, this is not a good time to leave. I mean, all those things are going through my head. But then it was good, they were able to operate. I was fine. They said they got it all. And so I thought, okay, great. I dodged that bullet. Little did I know that another one was on its way. And I ended up in 2020 with a very aggressive form of endometrial cancer. And so then I had to have a full hysterectomy. And this was when something inside me was saying there's something more to this cancer than what what the doctors can tell me and what I'm seeing. And so that's when you know, I sought out a spiritual advisor and started learning about the body, soul, emotion connection, and understanding that I was holding on to a lot of trauma from my childhood that I had pretty much put in a box and and stuck somewhere down deep in my body. And so that box, like Pandora, opened up and was sending out all of this, you know, I don't know what you would call it, toxins, emotions. It was like, you need to heal this. And also I think it was like, you need to wake up. Not only do you need to heal this, but you need to wake up because you're not living your soul's purpose. You're not being true to who you really are. You're playing small. You are more than just Lansing. You're being of light. You're having this you're here for a reason. You're here to help. I feel like many of us are here to help with this, this great awakening that is happening. Hence your network, your
Sure,
show, you
sure.
know. And so
Yeah,
that's basically how I got into Rouhani and
the
energy healing.
journey. Yeah.
Hmm.
I'm curious, Lansing, when you went to that spiritual advisor, what did you ask? What was the pivot that you came from towards that person and express here is the help I is what how did you do that?
So it's interesting how, we're never alone, right? Our guides are always there, but we don't listen to them. Maybe we don't realize that they're there. We don't tune into that. And my sister sent me a meditation by this person, and there was just something woke up inside me. It's like something from her voice or something that she said. It could have been just one sentence that she said,
Hmm.
and something woke up. And I said, I just need to reach out to this person. And I usually don't do that, but I reached out to her and I said, I was wondering if I could talk to you about some things that are going on in my life, and she got right back to me, and I was really, really happy, because this was right after I had the surgery of having my uterus removed, and so I just said, is there a way that I could just get like a one-on-one with you and have a consultation about what's going on? And she's very connected to her guides and her you know, and very much connected into trauma. This is Susan Kennard, by the way. Um, and she was able to tune into what was going on with my body right away. And she said, this is deep, deep ancestral wounds, that's been carried on lifetime after lifetime. And she could sense that right away. And she had this body soul universe course just happening to start in that next month. So it was all very rhythmical, and it was all meant to be. And so I signed up for this course, and she was able to help me with the childhood trauma that I was carrying. And basically it was like the age that came up was 11. And that was when I decided it wasn't safe to be a woman anymore because of the abuse that I was seeing my mom suffer from this stepfather. And so all of that emotion I had just stuffed down inside me, and there was a lot of fear, and it's like love is the opposite of that fear, right? So I had to learn how to love myself again, love that inner child. And you know, s- I think that was like pivotal for me. Yeah.
I think the inspiration for me asking that is because a lot of people don't know where to start.
Hmm.
They sit with what's happening, right? And so to be able to have that sense, I just got to go do something,
Yeah.
and then suddenly, because of that joy or that energy, start attracting. That's what I hear you saying is that the law of
Yeah.
attraction actually kicked into gear because of your intention.
Yeah, and I also think that it's important for you to ask for help because our guides and angels cannot help you unless you ask. Because, of our own free will, we're here on our own free will, and they cannot interfere unless we ask. And I never knew that. I never knew that until I started learning more about the angelic realm and our guides. Um, they can maybe give us little breadcrumbs here and there, but and 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 actually they can also give you messages inside your body. And I feel like I was getting messages over and over again, but I was just ignoring them. Like, I'm strong, I can push through, nothing's going to stop me, you know, no pain can stop me from moving forward. But what I didn't realize is these were messages, in my body telling me to, love myself more. Yeah.
Beautiful, beautiful. So how how has that experience and journey transformed your outlook on life today?
Hmm. I think that I have so much more courage, I think, just to be myself, and not worry what other people think, and know that that we all have a purpose here, and not judge myself, not worry about what other people think, and knowing that the most important thing and the only thing I can do is find ways to love myself more, and not in a narcissistic way, but in a way that's just like, if I can take care of myself, then I can really take care of other people, you know? So, and I think that not and knowing that I'm not alone is huge, knowing that I have my spirit guides near me all the time, and I can ask them at any point, for help.
Yeah, so a part of listening to your journey is that there was something that was very intense and profound that was happening for you that began to help you focus in. What would your suggestion be for a person they don't have the heavy things that are going in their life. They just, they go to work every day, they come home, they have the kids, the family, and they go to work again, they have the kids. But there's that thought. Is this all there is? What am I meant to just do this forever? And they have that sense there's something more. How do you help a person like that to begin to explore a little bit? What's the first step for them to start awakening more to what they've come to do that you found?
I think it's really taking that time to listen to yourself, even if it's like through meditation in the morning, or evening, finding that quiet time where you just sit down and come into your heart, just breathe and listen. What is it that I need to know? And sometimes we need help by seeking out somebody else, like a healer or a teacher. Um, but we're getting messages all the time from our guides, and I think it's like, okay, I really need to understand what path I need to take in life. Show me, you know, and then look for the messages. Yeah, I think I think they're there, and I think that sometimes we just are so into like the day-to-day stress that we don't take time to really look and listen. That's why, like, meditating, getting out in nature, um, taking that time for yourself is really important.
Yeah, it's what I hear you saying. It's almost like we listen to so many things on the outside
Yeah,
that we don't even realize that there's an inner voice speaking to us, and with the help from guidance and so on, that really wants to be heard. And so I have to remove myself, right,
yeah,
from all the outer to come here, be sacred here.
yeah. That's why we have that saying, follow your heart. But, if you don't listen to your heart, you don't know what to do. Or, you know, follow your gut. We don't listen to our gut. So our bodies are always kind of sharing messages with us. Even little twinges, even headaches and backaches and knee pain and feet pain. There's all messages in those those pains and aches and pains in our body. So it's just taking time.
Beautiful.
What is it that you're trying to tell me? You get like a twinge in their back. It's like, okay, what was I just thinking when that back twinge happen? What is it that I need to know? Yeah.
Have you found that being attuned to that almost empathically, how have you learned to sort out what's you and what is the signals that are coming from within here and what you're empathically picking up from the outside and internalizing? Can you
hmm
speak to that a little bit? Because I know you do that. So, how can people start to sort that out?
It's amazing because we can, our bodies, we can even ask our bodies using muscle testing. It's like you're feeling all of a sudden you're feeling this heaviness and grief inside you. And then you can ask, is this belong to me? Is this my grief or is this the collective? And you can use it like even with muscle testing with your fingers, show me a yes. It's like You can't pull it apart, show me a no. And then so then you can ask, is this grief mine? And then it's like, yes. Mine is yes, because we just had to put our kitty down 2 days ago.
Oh,
So yeah, so feeling lots of heaviness in my chest and pain and grief. So yeah, I'm carrying a lot of grief. So, but sometimes it's not my grief, it's the collective. And then I know, you know, and that I can
beautiful.
remove myself from it. It's because our bodies are very intelligent. That's, we can ask it questions. Some people kind of lean to one side as a yes and the other side as a no. So yeah, it
Lots,
is fascinating.
lots of different methods. Yeah.
Mm.
Talk to us a little bit about Rahini healing and what has been your joy and inspiration as you built into the healing modalities and helping other people with that.
Rouhani is, I like to call it like a fifth dimensional Reiki. So it's like perfect for this time of awakening. And so many people have lived their lives with their hearts closed as a form of protection. And also that happens naturally when we have a lot of fear in our life. So we close our hearts, we don't trust um, ourselves, we don't trust others. So Rouhani is really focused on primarily opening up that heart chakra, and our heart is our fifth dimensional brain. Like I said, follow your heart, right? So with Rouhani, we really focus on opening that heart and clearing out all the other chakras, but really focusing on opening up that heart center so that you can live your purpose. So you can start following your heart and remembering who you are and why you're here and that you're never alone. And so all of this is connected to the Rouhani healing. And we work very closely with the angelic realm, archangels, Kuan Yin, Mother Mary, Jeshua, um, Lord Melchizedek, and then more guides start to come in as well, depending on who your guides are, and just working with just releasing any density that you may be holding on to. We also use the violet ray, just to clear out any density in the body so that you can become that beautiful pillar of light, that and not have that fear or anger or shame or whatever that you might be carrying. So you can just be happy, feel that love, joyful. And actually, when I was doing my own healing journey, Susan was using Rouhani on me quite a bit. And so when I felt completely healed from the cancer and I wasn't afraid of it anymore, um, I said, I want some way to give back. I want to be able to give back. And she recommended that I get attuned to Rouhani. So yeah, so I was attuned and then I became a teacher and so I attune others. And so, yeah, I just really enjoy it.
I think you hit on something that's very powerful for people, and you tell me how you relate to this, but I heard that you let go of the fear of death,
Hmm.
and
Yeah.
that fear, the releasing of that. Can you speak to that a little bit?
Yeah. I think when your vibration is high, uh, those type of feelings go away. So we're always working on raising our vibration, raising our frequency. And we know that, we are a particle of source. We are a piece of source. We've come down here just as a particle, as a light. And so returning to source is going to be a beautiful thing. I'm not afraid of that at all. And so um, I've had friends with near-death experiences and describing it in the most beautiful way. And I even saw my mom when she passed. It was a beautiful thing. And I really think cancer is fear. I really feel like cancer is like such a dense emotion in our bodies. It's like a lot of fear and anger um, showing up. And
Mm.
so I was able to take the light from source and just like shine it on those cancer cells and just turn them into like light cells instead. And so now I'm not afraid of that diagnosis anymore because I don't feel like it can survive in my body because my body's vibration is too high. And when it's my time to go, it's my time to go, that'll be fine. It'll be in the perfect timing. I know.
I heard this quote one time from an ancient philosopher. No one enjoys the true trait, no one enjoys the true taste of life, but he who is ready to quit it.
Hmm. Yeah.
Interesting, huh? Because
Yeah.
once I let go of that trepidation, is what I hear you saying. Once I let go of that unknown fear of the unknown, suddenly I find this happiness inside, and that permeates everything, including my body, right?
Yeah. Well, I think it allows you to live fully in the present moment.
Mm,
I think when you have a fear of death, you're scrambling. You're trying to prove yourself or do something, before you die.
mm.
And then that moment that you have, that present moment that you have is gone. And you're living your life based on fear instead of just based on, just being totally present in the moment and enjoying it. Yeah.
Yeah, one thing I think would be helpful to the listeners and viewers today is if they're going through something similar to what you went through, and it takes some time for that healing. I mean, miracles can happen, but a
Hmm.
lot of times it takes some time to do that. What are some of the signs that you have found where, yes, it's beginning to work? Things are starting to develop. Oh, oh, that was hopeful. Oh, I'm going to do it again. What are some signs people can watch as they begin to go through the healing process?
That's a good question. I think for me, it was I wasn't afraid anymore, and I was totally trusting my body. I was trusting that my body was working for me and not against me, and that knew that I could heal whatever it was that was coming up through also changing the way I'm thinking, changing my thoughts, and really through the meditation too, just really bringing in that source light and filling up my body with that unconditional love from source, and just using that as medicine. And by doing that, I was feeling really, really good. I mean, I was like, I feel really healthy. And people say that, I look so much better than I did. And it wasn't from any kind of medication at all. It was really just using that light from source that we are already. That's who we are. And so just it's kind of like plugging in, right? Plugging in, recharging us using that source light instead of, anything else.
Right. It sounds like you found a certain level of confidence that things were beginning to shift, and because of that, the mindset of what would allow fear started to neutral or started to disintegrate, right? And then the other thing I heard was that you actually got committed to a process. I'm going to eat healthier. I'm going to meditate. Is that a sign? There's this commitment to the routine. There's this energy that, yeah, I want to do more of that. So I'm going to keep doing that.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. I don't every day is like I'm taking care of this temple, this body, because this is holding my soul. And so I want to take good care of it. And the most important thing are the thoughts that we have, every day, because it's our thoughts that create our reality. And I mean, we all have heard that expression many times.
Sure.
Um, but it's not just, you know, thoughts, it's just really believing in your thoughts, really, really believing. And sometimes you need proof. So asking for proof every day, asking for, I need a sign that I'm on the right path, or, you know, and, and when we get those synchronicities coming up, then we know, okay, I'm on the right path. That's the reassurance I needed, you know, like the repetitive numbers or the feathers, or just somebody says something that you were thinking, all those things showing you that you are on the right path. I think helps and convinces you that you are, on that path of getting better.
There's a lot of resonating down to that pool of inner peace kind of feeling,
Hmm.
right? People, if I understand it, you're right. As healing takes place, this sense of calm, sense of ease starts to happen. Is that what you were
Mm-hmm.
feeling? Because I feel that in you now. It's that kind of sense of confident calm, right?
Hmm. I pulled a card right before our talk,
Hmm.
and I got Archaea Patience. Trust the process. So I
There you
think that
go.
she's the female archangel for our Archangel Sandalphon is the male aspect of it, Archaea Patience. So they help to ground us. So grounding is so important, connecting to nature, um, grounding when we meditate, because we are here on Earth. We are part of it. We are part of this planet. So it's really important for us to really ground our energy into the planet, so that we can connect higher as well.
It has to be practical, right?
Mm-hmm.
Useful.
Mm-hmm.
That my mentor once told me, yeah, it's easy to have inner peace when you're quiet and you're sitting and meditating. And how do you maintain that when you're out in the traffic and when you're out in this, you're out in that? How do you stay connected with that light as you're moving around and trying to navigate and
I use audibles. I listen to you know, things that inspire me while I'm in traffic.
find the tools. This whole
Hmm.
interview has been about find the tools that
Right.
help you to move forward and
Hmm.
find the value. Okay, Lansing, this has just been such a gentle yet probing and powerful interview. There's great empowerment in just being at peace inside.
That's true. That's true. We have to, you know, be that calm in the storm.
There you go. And knowing that I'm not alone, that I have guidance
No,
and
yeah. You're
all
not
that
alone.
helps the
Yeah.
steering the ship in the storm,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And just ask if you need help.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Such a wonderful interview. How can we get in touch with you? How can people connect with you?
I have a website, celestialhealinghearts.com, and Instagram at Celestial Healing Hearts. And I can put that all the in
Comments underneath, yeah.
comments below. Yes.
That'd be great. I really appreciate if you do that so people
Yeah.
can reach out and stay connected and
Yeah.
so on. And stick around for just a minute after we get done streaming and recording, and we'll chat just further. Well, there you go, folks. Lots of solutions for whatever it is that you're going through. There are solutions. There are answers. There's guidance. You can do it. I can do it. Lansing's done it. You can do it too. And that's it for the moment at Empowered Soul Network. Have a good rest of your afternoon. We got another interview coming up, 4 o'clock Central Time. So we're not quite done yet. Stay tuned.
Thank you.